Welcome to Excel 2010 Conditional Formatting. I'm TrainerLori. Why use conditional formatting? Because it will automatically change the look of something based on a certain condition. For example, if it's at, near, or over budget, you can make it look different or based on dates. And the nice thing is it's automatic. Once you tell it what the condition is, it will automatically look. If the number changes, it will change it so that you can instantly see something. For example, if you have overtime and you want to see who had overtime that week, you could make it bold in yellow instantly. Let me show you some examples. The first one contains food, so it looks different. The second one contains duplicates. The third one, it's the top 10. And then finally, based on a date like today. I had them all made to look exactly the same. This is the default look, and that is a red background with a darker red text. But you could make it look like anything you want. Here's one that's built in. It's virtually unlimited. It's all based on how much memory you have. In 2003, you used to get 3 conditions, and now it's virtually unlimited, so this is a really cool tool. Let's look at the easy options. When you go to the Home tab and you click Conditional Formatting, you have several options that are already built in, and they're so easy. We're going to go through all of them. But for example, this gradient fill, you just click it. As long as you've selected the text first that you want to make the condition, it automatically does it. In this case, it says show a bar, a gradient bar, based on how close or how far it is from the smallest or the largest number. Let's look at them in order. Highlight cell rules, and you can see it's based on greater than or less than, or a date, etc. Duplicate values. There's several options in there. So if it's based on a date, you just click the drop down. You don't have to try to write in code to say when it was. It's already built in for you. And then you can choose the formatting. If you don't like the light red fill with dark red text, there's some other ones already built in, but there's always a custom format option as well. The next one is top and bottom rules. For example, the top 10% or the worst 3 offenders of a traffic light, and I want to know which accidents are the worst 3. When you choose the top or bottom, you choose based on whatever number you want and whether you want it to be a percentage. Data bars, I showed you this earlier, it's instant, but you can change the color. And the gradients, it's kind of pretty. The gradient will actually go over the text, whereas the solid will show up next to the text, so you'll need a little bit more space. But how nice is that? Again, based on the smallest number, and this looks like it might be the smallest number, it has the smallest bar, and then this is the largest bar because that's the largest number, so that's the most. And so it's a comparison between whatever's already on the sheet. In data bar more rules, you can change the color, you can change what the numbers are. It's, like I said, it's automatic based on whatever's already in there, but if you want the small number to be a specific number, you can just put that in, a value. You can also put in negative values. If you do that, then it'll show on either side of the center, which is pretty cool. The next one is color scales, which, like I said, is a little different from the data bars in that it's going to fill the cell with a color, and in this case, red is the biggest number, and green is the smallest number, and yellow somewhere in between. So notice there's some variant shades of the green and the red and the orange based on how close it is or how far it is. You can change those colors. Just choose what color you prefer. Icon sets are a lot of fun. If you don't want to take up that much room on or color ink, then you can use icon sets and it'll show little pictures. So you can have arrows showing this is good, this one's going up, and then this one's going down, etc. So you have multiple options in there. That's new. So if you're creating it in 2010 and you put icon sets in it and you try to open it in compatibility mode, you'll have some issues. Now, those were the easy ones because they're already built in. All you have to do is choose from the list. But if you want to create it from scratch, then you'll go to New Rule, and you can create it from scratch. In this case, format cells that contain, and then I choose what I want it to contain. A cell value, or a blank, or an error, etc. And then greater than, you can choose between, equal, not equal to, etc. And then you have a collapse button that allows you to take your cursor back to the worksheet so it'll reference another cell. This one happens to be on another worksheet, so you can reference a cell from another sheet. Format gives you all the options that you would find under Control 1. Most of them. But the fill, for example, you can choose what color you want it to fill, or if you want the font to change the number from a percentage to a fraction, something like that. You can format the cell color. The one I like here is if it's 0, I want the font to be white, just like the background, and that way it doesn't show. And then if it's greater than 1, I want it to be black, or whatever color I choose. And then you can also put just a border around it instead of filling the whole cell. So you have a lot of options, just like you would if you were doing it on your own. But this, now it's going to be based on the condition. Another option in here is to create a new rule based on a formula. So in this case, count if. So it's only going to count it if it matches something in the little database. Once we have a lot of rules in there, you might want to start managing them. And when you go to Manage Rules, you can choose, if you have multiple ones, you can change the order, you can delete them, you can edit them, so you'll be able to see all your rules. And if you just want to get rid of them all at once, we do have a Clear Rules option. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, go ahead and click like, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.